Tonight we are waiting to see when the next steps will be taken in a bill that will transform Alabama's parole board. That bill passed the House yesterday in a marathon session. It now moves to the Senate. The governor and attorney general pushed for change after the Way 31I team uncovered serious flaws in the system. Way 31's Brecken Terry joins us live in the Shoals to show us what's next and how likely that measure is to pass. Brecken?
It's now up to Senator Cam Ward to carry the parole bill through the Senate. He told me the bill will likely be on the calendar within the next 2 weeks, and he does expect some opposition, but believes he can bring it to passage. Victims' families tell me they need this bill to become law, and we're happy to see it clear the House.
We're ecstatic, literally doing a happy dance in here.
Tanya Bass commends Representative Connie Rowe for standing 6 hours on the Alabama state floor defending the parole bill and bringing it to passage.
This is something we have fought for so long.
The bill would directly affect Bass. Her brother's killer is serving a life sentence. The Way 31I team began investigating and talking with Bass when the killer came up for an early parole hearing in 2018. After only serving 6 years.
I did not expect it for what we thought would be 10 to 20 years. It actually enraged me. I have wrote so many letters and I have fought this so hard, and I will keep fighting it.
The day before Bass and her family made the 4-hour drive to Montgomery to contest the killer's parole, the hearing was abruptly canceled, along with dozens of other early parole hearings for violent inmates.
If they do this to one, they will do it to plenty. I mean, they were going to release over 100 violent criminals that day that we were set to go before the parole board to try to keep the murderer in jail. That's appalling.
The parole bill would stop early parole hearings, strengthen victim notification, and give the governor more power over the parole board, something Democrats in the House fiercely contested.
We're allowing the governor's office at this point to deal with pardons and paroles in a manner that we hadn't seen before.
House Democrats aren't the only ones fighting the bill. Emails obtained by the Way 31I team show the parole board's executive leadership dispute the attorney general's claim that the system is broken. One email directed employees to contest the bills on the taxpayer's dime. Bass said the parole board needs more oversight.
I don't think that's too much power. I think that has been needed. It's well overdue. It's well overdue because they have no one they're accountable to, and it's obvious in their emails how they feel that they're doing no wrong. So it's time to be harsh. It's time to stand up for the victims.
Bass and other victims' families tell me that they're going to be calling their senators and asking them to get the parole bill on the calendar and vote yes. Right now, lawmakers are only meeting 3 days a week, so it's a matter of time to see when the parole bill will be on the Senate floor. Live in the Shoals, Brecken Terry, Way 31 News.
Thanks, Brecken. This legislation comes after a nearly year-long Way 31I team investigation. We started looking into parolee Jimmy Spencer, who was charged with a triple murder in Guntersville last summer. Way 31 learned he should never have been released. He had dozens of disciplinary reports while in prison, even after his release. Take a look at the times he slipped through the cracks before the murders. Each of those violations should have sent him back to prison. You can find all of our previous stories on Spencer and the parole board at waytv.com.